Hi, my name is Ernst Huber, and today we're going to do a comparison of 7 different sirloin steak. The first one I have here is an Australian grass-fed, and you can see it is lean because the animals move around a lot and the fat is more yellowish. That is because of the keratin inside the grass. The second steak we're going to do is a certified Australian organic steak. It looks a bit similar to the grass-fed, to the first one. It is also lean because the animals walk around a lot and the fat is also a bit yellow. But these animals come from pastures which have not been treated with any pesticides, no fertilizer and no medicine. The third steak we do is a grain-fed 21 days dry-aged meat. As you can see, the steak is darker and also a bit drier because of its aging. And you may also see some brown spots, which is a normal occurrence. Fourth steak we're going to do is a 200-day grain-fed Australian steak. As you can see, the marbling is nice and the fat is white. US prime Angus sirloin steak. These animals have been corn-fed for at least 150 days. And once it's labeled prime, it is guaranteed that it has a nice marbling and again white fat. An Australian Wagyu. This is grain-fed for minimum 400 days. Therefore, it has a beautiful marbling inside and of course again very white fat. The last steak we have is a Japanese Wagyu. It is grain-fed for over 600 days and has a marbling score of A4. As you can see, it is beautifully marbled with fat and also very, very white. I am now going to cook the 7 steaks for our panel of tasters who will do a blind tasting. I'm going to season the steaks with salt and pepper and then cook it to medium rare. After, I let it rest for 5 minutes and then I will slice the steak.
Steak 1 got a very nice, strong flavor, very pleasant bite, a bit chewy, but good bite, very clean taste, good beef flavor, good steak.
This steak has a lot of flavor, but still slightly chewy. The texture of the meat is not to my liking.
The steak 3, it's a very tender steak, but it's very gamey, very strong flavor, a bit sourish. It's a dry age flavor I find. It's a very nice steak, but very special, and it will go very well with a strong sauce or strong red wine.
Steak 4 was reasonably tender, fat is very sweet, it was not very moist, and when I bit into some sinew, it was a lot more tender than the first steak.
Steak 5 is very juicy and tender. The first bite has an explosive juice, and this is my preferred steak.
Steak 6 was the second most tender steak that I tried. It had a very good amount of juiciness, sweet but still very mild, not very beefy. The fat and the exterior charred pretty well.
Steak 7, amazing juicy beef, extremely fatty. But this fat is amazing. It's got this bone marrow-like flavor. It's not like a fat flavor, it's like bone marrow. It's superb. Extremely rich. Can have a few bites of it and you're full, but it's amazing.
As you heard from the judges, every steak has different characteristics. It tastes a bit differently and it has different flavors. My personal steak is the 200-day Australian Angus. I have been eating this for many years and I have always been happy with it.